In the red corner, standing 5'10", weighing in at 218 pounds, a former undisputed champion once feared across the globe. Iron Mike Tyson. Tyson wasn't just a fighter, he was a phenomenon. A wrecking machine forged in pain, polished by fame and seams. But this wasn't the Tyson of 1986. The crowd still roared, the gloves still thudded, but behind the knockouts, behind the stare-downs, the storm was coming. In the opposite corner was a man with unfinished business. Donovan Razor Ruddock, 6'3", 238 pounds of Caribbean steel and Canadian grit. Ruddock wasn't just there to fight, he was there to avenge what he believed was stolen from him just 3 months earlier. And when these two men met under the Vegas lights, it wouldn't just be a fight, it would be a war. A violent, 12-round, blood-soaked reckoning. And for now, the last time Mike Tyson would step into the ring as a free man.
About a week after the interview aired, he went from sadness to then anger.
By the time Tyson stepped into the ring on June 28, 1991, he was still only 24 years old, but already he had lived a life that felt mythological. The youngest heavyweight champion in history, the face of boxing in the late 80s, a ferocious, undefeated force who made grown men freeze before the opening bell. From Trevor Berbick to Larry Holmes to Michael Spinks, Tyson didn't just beat legends, he erased them. Tyson moved like a welterweight and hit like a wrecking ball. For a while, it felt like he couldn't lose, but the iron mask was starting to crack. Tyson's mentor, Cus D'Amato, had passed away in 1985, just before Tyson's rise began. And with him went the last tether to structure, discipline, and fatherly love. In Cus's place came Don King, the wild-haired promoter whose interest in Tyson seemed less like mentorship and more like manipulation. Money started flowing, fights came fast, but the foundation was already crumbling. The headlines stopped being about knockouts. They became about lawsuits, nightclub brawls, and that explosive, nationally televised moment with his then-wife, Robin Givens.
Gets out of control. Throwing, screaming.
Does he hit you?
He shakes, he pushes, he swings. Sometimes I think he's trying to scare me.
The mystique was still intact, but the illusion of invincibility had vanished, shattered one night in Tokyo. In 1990, a 30-1 underdog named Buster Douglas did the unthinkable. He weathered Tyson's best shots, rose from the canvas, and knocked out the most feared man on the planet. It wasn't just a loss, it was a crack in the mythology. The invincible warrior had fallen. Tyson returned quickly. He blasted through Henry Tillman, obliterated Alex Stewart, but something had changed. The fear that used to live in his opponent's eyes, it wasn't as strong. The crowd still cheered, the punches still landed, but the aura, it was flickering. What Tyson needed wasn't another warm-up. He needed to remind the world who he was, not just with a win, but with a statement. And standing in front of him was Razor Ruddock. They called him Razor for a reason. Tall, lean, with the kind of power that didn't just knock you out, it left your body asking questions. Donovan Ruddock was no showman, no headline grabber, but in the gyms and behind closed doors, his name was spoken with respect. His record was clean, 25 wins, 18 knockouts, 1 controversial loss, long avenged. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was how he fought. Ruddock's signature weapon was something the boxing world hadn't seen before. A punch he called the smash, part uppercut, part hook, thrown with the bad intentions of both. And when it landed, it didn't matter who you were. By early 91, he wasn't just a rising contender, he was the man nobody wanted to fight, except Tyson. The first bout came in March. Tyson came out like a freight train, sharp, focused, vintage Iron Mike, and in the early rounds he seemed in control. Landing bombs, closing distance, doing damage, but Ruddock wasn't folding. He kept coming, kept landing. By round 7, the tension was electric. Ruddock fired back with his signature shots. Tyson returned fire. But the ref, maybe too eager, maybe too cautious, jumped in and stopped it, just like that. The boos were instant. Commentators questioned the decision. The ring descended into chaos. It was clear a rematch was needed to settle the score. On June 28, 1991, under the bright lights of the Mirage in Las Vegas, Tyson needed more than a win. He needed dominance. Could he silence the doubters and reclaim his throne? Or would Ruddock, with a chip on his shoulder and dynamite in his fists, finish what he started?
Ruddock almost disdaining his hook. A solid right hand. There's a left uppercut. A lunging left hand by Tyson. Overhand right by Tyson, but it was well covered. Ruddock is not tying up Tyson. Hard. He has one of the best lefts in the business. Good counter punch by Tyson. Very hard punching, very damaging, very damaging. So far it's almost the absence of the jab from Ruddock. Big right by Tyson. He's got him. That wobbled Ruddock a bit. Pop that time. And they continue after Richie Giacchetti in Mike Tyson's corner, round 2. A heavy right by Tyson, stalking Ruddock. Tyson just loading up with the right.
Round 2 shows Tyson at his most explosive. He hurts Ruddock early and sends him to the canvas with a looping overhand right. But Ruddock isn't there to fold. He beats the count, glares back, and keeps swinging.
Tyson seems to be letting him get away. Another! Got to get something going to make Mike think about it. Back he goes on his heels. He's in trouble again. Round 3, it's scheduled for 12. Didn't exist. Oh, what a right hand. Ruddock came back with a left, though. Ruddock came back with a hammering punch. Another good to do. He's got to fight. There it goes again. Ruddock! Is it those pounds? It certainly isn't affecting his punching power, but boy. Good hammering. Tyson has stopped it. You don't know why. I do. He's been getting hit. Razor Ruddock. That right by Tyson didn't have full impact. Wait, he's been fighting in bursts. No fluidity. No rhythm. Coming in, bobbing and weaving and crouching.
Round 4 delivers another Tyson knockdown, this time off a short, brutal counterhook. But it also sees the beginning of the chaos. Another low blow from Tyson, and this time the ref takes a point. It's no longer just skill versus skill, it's control versus chaos, and neither man is backing down.
Pretty good left by Razor Ruddock to the 4th round. Oh, tremendous uppercut by Donovan. Hard punches by Tyson. Now both resting again. And back comes Tyson. And round 5. In 4, try it. There you go. Good left hand by Ruddock. We haven't seen too many jabs or combinations. Here's a double left by Razor Ruddock. And we're not even through round 5. Ruddock with the miss, the counter by Tyson. His diet didn't work. Combination there by Tyson. A great deal. He just doesn't fight enough. Controversially in the 7th by Richard Steele. Oh, nice hook. 2 nice hooks. Nice uppercut. Countering left, though, by Tyson, then a right. Although he's responded well. Good hard punch by Tyson. Tyson, a combatant. He's smelling knockout. Looking to put Ruddock. Tyson going to the body. Solid left by Tyson. So again, Tyson looking to end it with one punch. Nice hook. Drove the round in which it ended in the first fight. Many people. Whoa. Sucking air, looking for that second win. Now, here's Ruddock with the left. Another left. Missed with the right. Stunned. A left hook by Tyson that connects. lifted. Now a right that lands.
Time to start his offensive. Oh, what a hook by Ruddock.
And back comes Tyson.
And Ruddock, another good 2 shots. Another good 2 hooks. Tyson is starting to wear out.
For Mike Tyson as the rematch rages on into round 8. So it
Ruddock starts having moments, landing his smash uppercut and pushing Tyson onto the back foot. But each time he surges, Tyson responds with speed and spite. Both men are throwing bombs. Both men are getting warned, and in round 8, it's Ruddock who crosses the line, landing late, earning a point deduction of his own.
Both these guys are up.
You lose a point. Point off here.
scheduled for 12.
Now that he's got 2 10-8 rounds.
Tyson continues to fire low, whether intentional or not, and Mills Lane has had enough. Another point in round 9, another in round 10. It's no longer a clean performance, but Tyson is still landing the sharper shots. Still stalking, still ahead. The question isn't who's winning, it's whether either man will finish the 12th round on their feet.
Ruddock! A right by Ruddock that stunned Tyson.
Looked that good on replay, but it certainly looked impressive up here.
Holyfield's title.
And Tyson's got to go back. Oh, he got hit again. Did Tyson coming in? Another right hand. Tyson fighting back. Can't help those low blows. He's little, and Ruddock is very tall. Another low blow.
Caution from Mills Lane. There's a low blow. Very low by Ruddock. Extremely low.
The heavyweight, and the risk here is enormous.
Right hand by Tyson. Round 12, the rematch, even better than the first fight.
Round 12 is all Tyson, digging deep for the stoppage. He knows a decision win isn't enough. He throws everything, hooks to the body, ripping undercuts and overhand rights. But somehow, Razor stays up. With a swollen eye and a broken jaw, he meets Tyson in the center and trades until the final bell.
And then Ruddock answered with a low blow as the bell sounds.
It's over, Mike. All right.
All three in favor of the winner, Mighty Mike Tyson.
A brutal and hard-earned victory for Tyson in a time of growing turmoil. But just 1 month later, in July 1991, everything changed. Tyson was arrested and charged with the rape of 18-year-old Desiree Washington. In early 1992, Mike Tyson was convicted and sentenced to 6 years in prison. As a result, Tyson was stripped of his ranking, removed from the title picture, and forced into a sudden exile at the height of his physical prime. This marked the beginning of the darkest chapter in Tyson's life and career. He would spend the next 3 years behind bars, banned from the sport he once ruled, with no guarantee of a return. The fight against Ruddock would be his last before prison, his final performance as a free man, and the closing act of Tyson's first reign of terror. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to The Boxing Lab for more breakdowns of boxing's biggest moments.